Hey friends, it's Len here at 1A Auto. Today I'm working on a 2013 Ford F250. I'm doing a rear door latch. It's going to be an easy job. I want to be the guy that shows you how to do it. If you need any parts, you can always check us out at 1aauto.com. Thanks. Later. First thing we're going to want to do is locate where all our mounting bolts are. Okay, so feeling along the bottom, I've got one right here. I'm going to come across. Just keep feeling, see if I feel any more. All right, so I've got the one, like I said. Okay, now I'm just gonna come right here. This piece right here should just pop right up. So I'm just gonna try to use my trim tool, see if I can get it to pop up. You don't wanna use something like a screwdriver in this instance, obviously. It's your truck, you can do what you want, but I would go with something that isn't gonna break anything. Here we are. We'll just take this, check our wiring harness. I always check them, make sure there's no funny colors. Rainbow colors in this instance aren't always the best. Here's the little clips, make sure they're both on there. Those just press into these little slots. We'll set this aside. So I've got my 7mm. I've got my one screw here. So I'm just gonna take that out. Turn to the left, you can use a ratchet, but it's a 7mm head, okay? I'll put that where I can find it. There's another screw head there and another one located right there. So I'll just pull these out. There it is. Get that out. A little magnet. It's the same. Just grab the other one. All three are the same, can't mix them up. Here we go. All right, so we know we've got all our mounting screws out. There's nothing else that can be felt. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my trim tool. You can use something like this, or if you have a skinnier one, it might be easier to get in to get it started. I usually start at the bottom. I'll just try to weasel it in under there. And then I'll just give them a little tug. Okay. So this doesn't feel like it's a pull out. If it doesn't feel like it's pulling out very easy, then it's probably a pull up. All right. So let's try that. Here we are. So that's an easy way to tell if you try to use your trim tools and it doesn't want to pull out easy, then it's probably a pull up. So here we are. Now we're behind here. We've got our wire off right there. We've only got one speaker wire left. A little push in the center right there. Just gonna squeeze it, pull that off. So a push. Now we've got our door panel off. Okay, so now to get behind here, we're gonna have to remove this plastic. Okay, we want to be careful not to tear it, or at least as careful as we can. It has adhesives. Just kind of holds it to the door, so just go slow, wiggle it back and forth. There we go. I'm just gonna do that down the whole side of the door over here. I'm going to try to bring it back. So I'm just going to remove it back as far as I can. You can remove it completely if you want to, or if you feel like you need to. We'll see how it goes. But first I'm going to come up here. I'm just going to use my trim tool. I'm going to try to pop this out of the door. I'm just trying to be careful not to break it, because I would like to get it right back to where I took it from, obviously. So there we are. Very nice. Now we'll continue with this. There we go. Just continuing along here. Like I said, I'm trying to be careful not to tear anything. There might be some areas that get a little rip. You know, you can tape it back up if you want. It's not really an air seal so much. Go. You can see in there pretty good at this point. If I need to go further, I'll go further, but at least for me, this is out of my way. All right, so now our next step is now that we've got off the vapor barrier and everything, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take out this bolt right here, and that's gonna make it so I can move this window channel around on the inside here, and then I'll be able to get to the green clip that's back there nice and easy. You'll notice that the window regulator has been removed. That's just for the purpose of the video. You shouldn't actually have to remove any of that to do this job in particular. So I just wanted to at least make note of that. Don't worry about the window regulator unless it's really in your way. But whatever. Anyway, 10mm head right here. I'm gonna turn it to the left. Okay. I'll move out of the way here so you can take a peek inside. There should be a green clip in there. Let's see, right up by my hand, hopefully I'm not in the way. There's a green clip where the rod comes down from the latch itself. I'm gonna unclip that clip, and then the rod's gonna be able to move around. Okay, so here's our little green clip right where my index finger's on. I'm just gonna grab it, pull it towards me. Just wanna break free, there it is. Slide the rod off of there. Perfect. Now all right. I just want to make note that I removed the outer door handle. That's only for the purpose of this video. It doesn't have anything to do with actually doing the latch. It's just so, you know, while I'm in here and I'm doing my thing, you can kind of see what's going on and nobody has to have their head in there with the camera while I'm working. All right, so we've got this cable that leads up right along here. Right, just goes to our little latch up here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna disconnect this right like that. See if I can lift it up and out. Okay. Just gonna take my small pry bar. I'm gonna see about giving this a little bonk. Try it again. It's really in there. It needs to come off of there, so just try again. Here we are. Get that cable out of the way now. Nice. Remove that. Okay. We've got 3 mounting bolts for the latch right here. So I'm going to turn these with my T27 Torx bit. 27. And get this almost all the way out, and then I'll completely remove the other 2. Bolt number 2, our last bolt. Bolt number 3, all 3 are the same. Easy peasy. Move along. Okay, so I'm just kind of wiggling it around. I'm gonna try to get this so I can show you. This rod right here comes all the way across the door. It's just this right here. So I'm gonna see if I can push this yellow thing down. Hopefully. Close. There we are. Slide the rod right out of the hole. See if I can get it out of the way. Now we're cruising. Okay. So here's our latch assembly. There's our little green clip that I talked about. Easy popping. This right here should slide right out. Might use my little tool there. Okay. This right here, push clip right in the center. Just gonna grab it, take a peek, make sure there's no funny colors. Looks great. This one right here, we're gonna have to lift it up and slide it out, okay? Just gonna grab something as simple as a pocket screwdriver. There we are. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna push this in right here. I'm gonna take this little push clip, listen for a click, this one as well. Just gonna slide right over that nub. Nice. Now we'll just shove it in the door, put the door panel back on, and we should be all set. Just playing. All right, we've got those connected, right? I'm gonna bring it around. Try to work it into its pretty close to its area because I need to grab that rod. I need to find the rod. My arm in here. There's the rod. Okay. Just gonna try to bring the latch up high enough for us to see. I mean, to do this in the door is much easier than doing it to try to show it on video. But anyway, slide that in the hole. You need to grab that yellow thing. Just pull it up. That locks it in, okay? Yeah. Bring this. So if you'll notice right here, this is where this cable is gonna go, right? It's where we took it out from. There's a little tab right here where my thumb's touching. I can pull this down. It also moves that green flippy switch over there, or flippy do. I need to pull that down. Now I need to take my cable, bring it in between right there, and then I'm gonna snap this in. Sometimes getting these snapped in can be a little difficult, so you'll have to bear with me. Once I got it to this point, if it's easier, you can go ahead and put in those 3 anchoring bolts for this. That'll probably make it easier. So that's probably what I'll do real quick. Now that I've got the back side of this in, I can do that. See if I can spin it and show you it all. Maybe not. I don't know if you can see. But yeah, it basically just sits behind there. All right. Anyway, moving on. We'll get our 3 mounting bolts in. So now that I've got my 3 mounting bolts started in, I'm just gonna try to squeeze that black piece into the metal bracket. It can be a little difficult. Sometimes some gentle persuasion with some pliers might come in handy. So now I'm just gonna tighten these up with my T27. Nice and snug. There we are. All right, so we're gonna get our little push clips back in here. I've got my yellows that I took off for that top cable. There it is, around. We'll come down here, got a little push clip here. It's gonna go there. Should slide right in fairly easily. This wire right here has another little push clip on it, right there. We're gonna try to get it through this hole right here. It's a little bit of a stretch, it's okay. There we go. Everything flows nicely. Perfect. Now we can move on to the next step. Okay. I'm just gonna get this. Should push over there in the back, and then it should flip right over like that. And that just protects all this stuff from moving around, getting caught in anything. There we are. So we'll grab our handle, move along. Got my rod. Just gonna push it right in there. I'm gonna take my green clip, lock her in. There we go. Perfect. Let's move along. Okay, so now let's test it with the door still open, so we know if something goes wrong, we can still get to everything, right? I'm just gonna take a small screwdriver. The door thinks it's closed now. Okay. Now the door thinks that I'm opening it. Closed, no pulling on the handle. Pulling on the handle, I'm opening it. All right, you can try with the lock. I'm gonna go with the assumption the door is locked now. Locked, handle, nothing, nothing, unlocked. Try this handle. There we are. So we know it functions properly, so that's great. Now we can continue on. We've got our rubber grommet. Just gonna go ahead and plug it in. A little wiggle. It's not falling back out. Booyah. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put our bolt in. It's the one that has the big washer there. I'm just gonna line up my hole. Pretty easy. See if I can lift it. There we go. Go ahead and blast it in. Nice and snug. It's with my 10mm. There we go. Let's move along. Just gonna see about getting everything lined up. Make sure we got it going the right way here. Gonna flip it and flip it and flip it. This part went up here. Okay. Pretty easy. Try to line everything up. These holes, it's important to have it lined up with because that's where your panel is going to sit into, right? So let's get it all stuck back on there. Grab our little cables. These actually come up and through here, just like that. This needs to come down a little bit to get screw holes. So let's see if I can get it down. You can spend as much time as you like doing this. It's probably still never going to come out perfect, so I guess it depends on your definition of perfect. There we go. Seems pretty great. Now we can move along. Okay, time to get this prepped up. We're going to take our speaker wire. We're going to get it back up where we took it from. There we are. Okay, I'm just going to tuck this behind the handle. Makes it look nice. Get this all going. Looks pretty great. We've got our door panel. Got our slot right here. Just going to go over that. And we've got all of our little prongs going all the way around, okay? All those need to fit into these. All right, and then of course this. This is all going to get reattached. So, remember when we were taking it off? This one right here. So I'm just going to latch this in now while I'm thinking about it. It's easy to forget things like that. Let's see if I can't grab our wire and get this up to where we're going to need it, because it's going to be super hard to get to once the door panel's all back together. I'm going to get our lock. Odds are you're going to push down on the lock right now and lock your door, so make sure that you have access to getting into your vehicle at this point. Just make sure everything's pushed in. Okay, let's give it a feel. If it feels like it's bulging out anywhere, I probably don't have to tell you, but it's probably not latched in, right? Door lock still works. I can hear it over here. That's great. Got our window switch assembly. Just gonna go ahead and take that. I'm gonna listen for a click noise. Sounds great. We still got our little mounting hardware here. Get it lined up. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. There we go. Okay, we've got a hole here and 2 holes there. Got our 3 screws. We'll get them in. Just gonna crank this puppy up a little bit. Okay.
Thanks for watching. Visit 1aauto.com, your place for DIY auto repairs, for great parts, great service, and more content.